Manuel Pellegrini has came under some heavy scrutiny since Manchester City's poor performance and loss against Crystal Palace. Joined by Jason Rubin, talking some football talk with his New York City Football Club shirt.
They're owned by the city, aren't they?
Yes, Manchester City is considered their feeder club.
Oil
if
money.
I told you when I first started here at the World Cup that you would own an MLS club shirt, what would you have said to me?
I would have said no, and I'm actually not an MLS fan. I'm a New York sports fan.
Okay.
Well, I kind of support Manchester City, mostly for the reason of Sergio Aguero.
And also, if you're a New York Knicks fan, you're trying to find any other team that maybe have some sort of success to support. All right, so, talking about success, Manchester City at the moment are not having any. Pellegrini, with the resources he has, with his experience in managing, he should be providing a better run at the campaign. They now are falling by the wayside, and also they could fall victim to them falling out of the top four. They could be surpassed by Arsenal and Manchester United to the point that their season, which was once a season to try and challenge the title from Chelsea, could turn into a disaster season, and he could face the same sort of scrutiny that David Moyes came under. And what happened to David Moyes?
He's gone. He drove the car into a garage.
Yes.
Garage door or garage wall or something along those lines.
Yes, that was it.
Men in Blazers. Great podcast.
Yeah.
Manchester City still could finish second, or they might finish third or fourth, but it's amazing. It was amazing to me how you could have a team who's successful. They still made the Champions League. They could finish second in the Premier League, and your coach gets sacked after winning a year. What are we? 18 months out of a Premier League trophy.
Yeah.
Everything I was reading is a fantastic article from Vice Sports, and this kind of clarified everything to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't see this really happen as much in American sports, but it does happen over in England. Here's the quote. It's not like Madristas, in reference to Real Madrid, started thinking their club could win La Liga every year for no reason. They damn near do. The same goes for Bayern and Manchester United. European soccer is a plutocracy. You're one of the wealthiest clubs in the world, or you're largely shit out of luck, and one of those wealthy clubs find themselves shit out of luck, displeasure abounds, and heads will roll.
Yeah.
They got the money. They have no reason not to be taken over.
Yeah, and they've created their own monster, right? Because Mancini was the previous coach, and he won them the first Premier League campaign in God knows how many years, and won it with that, remember, that amazing goal, Sergio Aguero's last-minute goal, which won the campaign, and everyone had said that he was a fantastic manager. But then fans, once you're given that taste of success, have a very short memory. Even Real Madrid fans at this moment will still consistently talk about Ancelotti not doing his job. We'll talk about Gareth Bale not performing to the best of his ability, even though he scored the game-changing goal against Atletico Madrid. Fans have short memories once they're given that taste of success. So Manchester City, I do feel a little bit bad for Pellegrini in that aspect, but believe me, he's not doing a great job right now. I said it in terms of his tactical approach to games. I said it in terms of the players that he bought. He went out and spent an enormous amount of money on Mangala, who barely gets into the team at the moment. But the guys that are playing in front of him, Vincent Kompany and De Michelis, they don't fit well together either. And he has not built a good, stable defence, which is something that you need in the Premier League and something why Manchester City are suffering at the moment when you see teams like Crystal Palace beating them. So I don't think he spent his money wisely. He's been given an outrageous amount of money to spend. And the last great signing they had was Sergio Aguero. And they need to, when teams like Chelsea are going out and buying Diego Costa, Cesc Fabregas, and even, it's just signings that Manchester City fans will be like, well, why are we not signing these guys? You're signing Fernando and Fernandinho, who are basically the same player.
As you've mentioned, they run around like
headless chickens. And there's no, ever since Aguero's coming in, and Aguero, of course, can, in one split second, as we've seen, be injured. He has these instances where he is somewhat injury prone. And with him out for the season and Yaya Toure out, if any of those players are out for a lengthy period of time, they look just completely demoralised. They look like they cannot survive. And as you said, they cannot live like that. You need to have great depth in the Premier League. You need to have someone to consistently come in. When Diego Costa was out for Chelsea, Loic Remy comes in. When Loic Remy is out, Didier Drogba comes in. And these are guys that consistently can play at that level. And I think that Manchester City have suffered with not having the right amount of depth. Right.
And we all jumped to the conclusions in the beginning of this Premier League season that, Louis van Gaal and Manchester United look like they can't get anything together. And that was 3-4 weeks into the season, yet City's running away with the table at that point as Chelsea started taking their commanding lead. Again, a month into the season.
Yeah.
You fast forward till today, which is April 8th, and all of a sudden, Chelsea, who you said about 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks ago, is going to win the Premier League, and it definitely seems that it's still going to be true. And City just doesn't have a chance, and United keeps rising their way up.
If he loses this game against Manchester United, he's out.
It's a big game, right?
I think he's huge game. And I think that he could be out no matter what, because I don't think they're going to win the Premier League.
Seems inevitable.
Yeah, it seems inevitable. And as I said, they built this monster where if you don't bring in any trophies, you have to go. And I think that he will be out. Whether he goes out directly after this game, if they lost, I doubt, because what's the point of changing it by that point? Obviously, a new manager could spark some sort of life, like Tim Sherwood has done somewhat for Aston Villa at the moment. That could happen, but I think the main point is if he loses this game or not, I think he's out. I think he's gone. I think you need to think of a replacement. And the names that come to mind, you said Rafa Benitez is one.
Yeah.
Diego Simeone is one who I think would be great, even though he just signed a new deal.
What about Pep Guardiola too? Pep Guardiola, they want to lure him back.
People want to also are trying to lure him into the Premier League. He's never been there. I would love for him to be there. He's a great manager. He obviously managed very well at Barcelona and at Bayern Munich now. I would love to see him try it out in the Premier League, because the best managers can succeed in both. Jose Mourinho, of course, one of the main examples. So we want to know what you guys think. Do you think Pellegrini is out after this? Do you think he's on the way out no matter what this result? Leave your comments in the section below. Continue the conversation both in the comments and on Twitter at Francis_Maxwell, at JasonRubin91 and at TYT Sports. Thanks again and subscribe.